All right, let's talk about building your very first programming toolkit. And our main tool for the job today is Python. So if you've ever wanted to get into coding but just felt completely lost about where to even start, trust me, you're in exactly the right place. Because think about it, right? The second you decide, okay, I'm going to learn to code, you get hit by this absolute wall of options. There are so many languages, so many tools, and every single one claims it's the best one to start with. It's just overwhelming. It feels like you need one specific tool just for websites, and then a totally different one for handling data. And oh, you want to make a game? Well, that's a whole other can of worms. It's honestly like trying to navigate a maze with a blindfold on. But what if we could just slice right through all of that complexity? That's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to build a clear, simple path forward, and it all revolves around one incredibly powerful tool. So what makes Python so special? Well, I like to think of it as the ultimate Swiss Army knife for programmers. I mean, just think about it for a second. Instead of having to learn a separate language for every single thing you want to do, one for web development, another for data science, yet another for automation, what if you could have one tool that does it all pretty darn well? That right there is the power of Python. At its heart, Python is what we call a high-level programming language. Now, that's just a fancy term that means it's designed to be incredibly easy for us humans to read and to write. The instructions you type out, they look a lot like plain old English. And this is where that simplicity really shines. Just look at this. On the left, you can see how some other languages might handle a super simple task like printing "Hello World." It can take multiple lines of kind of confusing code. And then, look at the right. That's Python. One clean, readable line. It just gets straight to the point. And here is Python's real superpower: libraries. Okay, imagine you want to build a table. You could go chop down a tree, mill the lumber, forge your own nails, or you could just grab an IKEA box that has all the parts ready to go. Python's libraries are those IKEA boxes. They are bundles of pre-written code that you can just plug into your program to do really complex jobs in an instant. And listen, this isn't just some tool for beginners. No way. The biggest companies in the world are built on this stuff. Google uses Python all over the place, including for big parts of YouTube. Instagram's entire backend system, it runs on Python. And you know when Netflix recommends what you should watch next? Yep, they're using Python for that too. Okay, so we get why Python is so great. Now let's actually start assembling our basic toolkit. These are the fundamental concepts, the building blocks that you are going to use constantly. First on the list, variables. The simplest way to think of a variable is just as a labeled box. You can slap a label on a box that says name, and inside you put the word Alex. Or you label another box age and put the number 17 inside. That's all it is. It's how your program remembers things. Next, we've got conditional statements. This is basically your code's brain. It's what lets your program make decisions. You know, simple logic like, if it's raining outside, then I should probably take an umbrella. In code, it allows you to say things like, if the user is logged in, show them their dashboard. Else, show them the login page. Oh, and loops. Loops are going to be your absolute best friend for any kind of repetitive task. Instead of writing the same line of code 100 times, you just tell the computer to loop through that one action 100 times. It's the difference between sending 100 emails by hand and writing a tiny script to do it for you in a second. And finally, functions. So if you have a task you do all the time, let's say making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you don't list out every single step every single time. You bundle all those steps together into one command. Let's call it make_pbj function. Then, whenever you need it, you just call that one name. It's a game changer for keeping your code clean and organized. So you've got the concepts. But now for the big question. How do you actually learn this stuff? Well, let's turn all this into a really simple, actionable training plan. Here it is, your mission, broken down into 4 straightforward steps. Number 1, get your tools ready. 2, follow a structured course. 3, build. And 4, and this one is maybe the most important, you have to embrace the errors. Let's break that down. For step 1, I want you to forget about complex installations and setups. Just go to a website like Replit.com and you can start coding right in your browser in like 30 seconds. It's that easy. For step 2, don't just watch random videos. Pick one structured resource, like the 2 amazing free ones we have listed here, and stick with it from beginning to end. Now, for the most critical part, actually building things. This is where the learning truly clicks into place. And you can start really small. Build a number guessing game. That one little project will force you to use variables, loops, and conditionals. Then, maybe try a simple calculator to practice functions. These small wins are what build real momentum. And that brings us to step 4. Let's be crystal clear about this. Your code is going to break. You are going to see error messages, a lot of them. This is not a sign that you are failing. This is the process of learning to code. Every single programmer on the planet goes through this every single day. I want you to think of it this way. When an error message pops up, you're not a failed coder. You're a digital detective, and you've just been handed your first clue. Your job is to read the message, maybe Google it, and follow the trail until you find the solution. Learning how to do this, how to solve these little puzzles, is the single most important skill you will ever learn. So there you have it. You've got the tools, you've got the concepts, and you have a 4-step plan. You have everything you need to get started right now. Your first working program, something you built, isn't months away. It could honestly be just a weekend away. So the only question left is, what are you going to build?